Storm surge is one of the biggest risks that we have with hurricanes, and that's when the water piles onto the land and it's swept on with the very strong winds, and also the low pressure lifts the ocean up as well. And it can sweep quite a long way onto the land, particularly when we've got high tide. That can be very dangerous. People think about hurricanes and they think about the very strong winds, and that is, of course, dangerous, as are tornadoes. But the storm surge itself can sweep inland and flood people to a very great depth. People don't realize the risk they're in. It can pick up debris that has been lying around because of those strong winds. And sadly, lots of people die because of storm surge because they don't understand the risk they're in. It's really difficult to measure rainfall on the ground in these really big, strong storms, and often our observations, our equipment on the ground is completely overwhelmed. But what we have seen is some very high rainfall totals already, and that's on top of already wet ground, very, very wet already. So there's nowhere for that rain to go apart from to flood people. We have warmer waters now in the Gulf of Mexico. We will see warmer waters in the future because of climate change, and this will affect storm surge because we're going to have higher sea levels to start with. We also think that climate change is going to affect the types of hurricanes that we're getting, and there is some evidence that they will be stronger and perhaps even spawn more tornadoes. And of course, stronger rainfalls as well, heavier rainfalls because of climate change. So these types of events could get worse in the future because of climate change. This was a very strong hurricane, and of course people have made preparations beforehand. There's been some defenses put in, some natural, some kind of strong structures to protect people from these types of winds and storm surge and floods. But actually, we will be looking really carefully to see to what extent those have been worth the money that has been spent on those types of defences. And it may be that we need to think more carefully about where people are living. And if these people are living in particularly dangerous places, there might be a discussion to have about moving those people away rather than just trying to defend against the indefensible.